everyone. Welcome to this session of Raw and Real, and we will be having with us Aleen and Foram. They will be joining us shortly. So before they join, and while all of you are still here, I can start with the introduction. So basically, Raw and Real series. This is an initiative of New Mother to tell the world that there are so many inspiring stories well within our reach, and we often tend to overlook them. Okay, like we look out for things that are already. Just give me a moment. Just getting these people connected. Give me one minute.
Hey,
Hey, hi V.
hi.
Yeah, just get in Forum and Aleen.
Yes, and we are almost matching.
Yeah.
Last time also it happened. I forgot to say.
Yeah. Yes, yes, that was blue color something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Hi,
Hi, Foram.
Forum.
Hi Vidya. Hi Nilufar.
How are
How
you?
are you
You sound
feeling?
not well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a sore throat.
Oh, okay. You will be able to talk? You,
Am I audible properly?
yeah,
Yes.
you are audible. You're comfortable talking, right? Like,
Yes. If I need some water, I'll take it. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we're just waiting for Aline to join. And before that, I was just letting everyone know what Raw and Real series is all about. I will repeat that now
Sure.
since you guys are here. So basically, this is another episode that we have of the Raw and Real series. Raw and Real series is an initiative of New Mother to let the world know that we have a lot of inspiring
Hi.
stories around us waiting to be said. And in fact, we believe that every woman has a story with her. She has her own share of struggles, good moments, combining which make up beautiful experiences. And there is so much that we all can learn from every woman around us. So that is what this series is about. And today we have with us Aleen and Foram. Thank you so much for joining us.
And
Thank you
Thank you
for
Aline
for
was
inviting
calling
the
me.
us.
first. No, Aline, you were the first one to invite us.
Oh yeah, right. I remember you had told me this during my life. So similarly, you are the first one to invite me actually.
Oh,
I was about to say that.
yay.
Oh,
Thank you for giving me the chance to first time come on your channel and speak because I haven't got this privilege till now.
wow, that's
Yes.
Yay.
amazing. That's nice. Lovely.
Same for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Yeah.
Forum. We want
Before
to
we,
hear your voice more, but yeah, please take it slow.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have a
before
you
we
have a bad
begin,
throat, is
Yeah, I
it?
have a sore throat today. Yeah.
Oh my God. Take care. It's all in the air now.
Yeah.
most of the people are not well nowadays, including Vidya, and I guess I'm in line next. Okay. So, yeah, before we begin, with our series of questions, we would love to hear a little bit about you guys, like from you. So, if you can just share a few lines, maybe, yeah, I'll leave it to you. You can share a few lines about yourself.
So, okay. Aline, you are starting.
All right, fine. I'll start. So, hello everybody. Thanks to everyone for joining in. My name is Aleen, and I am working as a software engineer in Mumbai. Other than that, I have a passion for breastfeeding, and that is why I have done the lactation course. So I am a certified lactation professional as well. And I am a mother to a 4-year-old and still learning new phases of motherhood every day. And I'm from Mumbai, yeah. So that's about it.
Thank you for
And
that.
yeah, my page is Coherent Mom. Please check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Ali.
Yeah. So I'm Foram Shah, and like I have done my bachelor's from commerce, but however, after my weight loss journey, I turned into fitness. So I'm a dietitian, and then I've done masters in yoga. But after
Wow.
giving birth, I felt
Wow.
that this is the mainstream I want to go into. And now I'm focusing only on pre-postnatal yoga. Also, I am aspiring to become a childbirth educator soon. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Thank you so
That's
much.
amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah,
Right.
okay. I was not aware about that weight loss journey. Maybe we would love to hear more about it
Sure,
in the
sure.
session. Yeah, so Vidya, it's up, like, the stage is with you.
You start the
Okay.
question, first question.
Okay, so how do we go about it? Like, I'll ask the question and then, like, maybe like both of you
Yeah.
can answer like in turns. Okay, so we will
Yeah,
keep
Yeah, yeah,
questions
sure.
limited. We don't have a lot of questions, but we can go. Okay, so maybe, yeah, Aleen, I'll ask you the first question. Like, do you think postpartum care is needed? And how important it is for the mother and the baby?
Of course, it is needed, very, very much needed, and in today's time, it is needed even more. But it is something which is often neglected. I don't know why, but how much we plan, preparing for the arrival of our baby, that much effort also needs to be put into taking care of ourselves because when, as I've heard many people say this, but I want to say at least when a baby is born, even a mother is born, right? So we are, as the baby is arriving, a new mother in us is also arriving. So we have to prepare for both the stages simultaneously rather than just focusing on the baby. Obviously, baby takes the major share in the cake, but there is this important aspect which we need because if we are not healthy and we are not happy from within, then we cannot, take care of our child or raise our child happily. So yeah, of course, it is essential.
Thank you so much, Aleen.
Forum.
yeah, yeah. So for me, on the similar lines, like it's a new birth for the mother also. So I will just give an example. Like when we are buying a new car or a new house, we put a lot of efforts and we take care that there should be no scratches, no wear and tear, and there should be no dust. And we like show so much of affection and love for that non-living thing. So you're a new mother is evolving, so I think it's very much important that a mother is taken care of with love, affection, and moreover there is someone to ask her about her health and not only the baby. So I think it's very, very important. And the postpartum care, as Aline told, that it's often neglected. It's absolutely neglected in all the cases. Like I've seen my students also suffering during pregnancy. They are fit and fine exercising, but postpartum they are very vulnerable. So yes, it's very, very, very important. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
And
that.
yeah, I'll just add to what Forum said that there is this fit, as she said, the fitness aspect is there. So mostly when we talk about postpartum, it is only focus. The focus is only on the physical healing of the mother in majority of the cases. But we need to see holistically, like how she said about fitness. That way, even the mental health also. That is
Exactly.
also something which is very widely ignored. So, like there is a 6 week checkup which is there mandatory. We should have this mental health checkups also done mandatorily for women at their postpartum visit, so that because many times we are going through some things and we don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know, maybe even I would have been going through some anxiety because I had a little rough phase in postpartum. But now when I'm reading about it, I feel like maybe I had something and I didn't know. It has just gone by and I've learned to live with it for that period.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess that is the thing with most of us. Leen, thank you so much for pointing that out. And That is the case with most of us. We don't realize because we are not even aware that what it is, and we have the societal pressure, which, like, when people are just telling that you, not telling, or maybe, like, it's just portrayed and pictured so beautifully around us that this is how an ideal mother should be. So
Exactly.
that's all when it gets
Exactly.
to you. Thank you so much for bringing up that point. Yeah, with
Yeah.
this you can
Yeah,
proceed.
Forum. Yeah, we can Forum. We can start with you for the second question. How was your postpartum period? And was there? I mean, what were the lessons learned? And was there a thought like if I knew this, it would have made my postpartum period so much better?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Like my postpartum period was very rough. So it was rough because my baby was, colic, and I didn't knew anything. As I told, I took care of my fitness. I delivered vaginally, and I was happy. But after
Mm,
coming home, what to do? I knew
mm,
nothing. Not about how to take care of myself nor my baby. See, traditions
mm,
are great. They are treasure, I know. But then there are so many myths that they
mm,
need to be busted somewhere. And my supply was all okay, but I was constantly told that Forum, your supply is not well. So you need to, top feed your
Hmm.
baby. And I was against it that no, I don't want to give it. So it was really rough. But like when my baby was around 10 days old, I attended a breastfeeding class, and then it was like life changing for me. And I am still nursing her successfully. She is now 1.5 year old. So there are so many myths and so many demotivation coming from all the sides. So it wasn't easy, and I went into PPD, like the initial stages of PPD also. So then,
Okay.
and I also want to tell moms that it's okay if you need a therapist, if you want to talk, because see, every time I do, my husband was very supportive, but he doesn't know what I'm going through. So
Right.
basically, yeah. So that point, this really made me think that, as Aline told, 6 weeks postpartum, my mental health screening is very, very necessary rather than just, physical checkups. And I know that I went after 15 days of my delivery. I just my vagina was checked, and then I was told to go. I was clueless.
mm,
Like I
mm,
wanted to converse, but I didn't had any words to converse with the doctor too. So yes,
mm.
it was rough, and I really, really wish that if I had that the course that you have made about postpartum on hand at that time, it would have been much, much, much easier. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you for that, Forum. Like, listening to you and Aline both, I'm sorry, Vidya, I'm interrupting. Actually, that's something like, I also faced something similar. Okay. And it was a turning point in my life. Okay. The kind of things that I faced in my postpartum pregnancy, I was like, a rock star. I really rocked it. I literally rocked my pregnancy. I was like, so fit and fine every day in office, no sick leaves. It was like awesome. And postpartum was such a downfall. Four of us are over here. Vidya maybe had, like, a little bit less issue, but maybe Vidya can talk for herself. But yeah, three of us have faced that issue. Okay, like we faced postpartum mental health issue. That
Hmm.
is something that we are owning, and we are saying that yeah, we faced it. Okay, now, like, just look at that percentage, okay? From four people, 75%, like, from 100%, we are saying that 75% have faced that issue, and still it's completely, like, neglected, and nobody talks about it. Nobody is informed, like, about it. One, during the entire journey of new mother. So new mother was started in 2021, and like it's been like almost it's crossed 1 year. So during this, this journey, Vidya and I both have witnessed that people realize this after they have gone through this phase.
Hmm.
Okay, and what we are trying
Right.
to do is we are trying to make people realize that don't don't go into it. Like there are ways in which you can avoid getting into, like that deep dark place. How do you think, if you had that chance of, like, talking to a pregnant woman, say, like, you just have a friend or anybody and you're talking to her, what do you think you would tell her which would convince her that she really needs to focus on her mental health as well, and not only physical health during both during her pregnancy and postpartum.
You're okay. So
Forum.
yeah. So for me, I would always tell her that spend less time in choosing your like post prenatal shoot के लिए dress. Please look at your mental health, because after that, see, we are not informed that there will be sleepless nights or your baby is going to be colic. So I want that the main focus, like why I'm focusing on prenatal yoga, is that I want to make them aware and be with them. But I know I cannot be with everyone or every time. So even my students, I tell them that please attend postpartum course, take care of your mental health, because according to from where we are coming, the culture we are coming from, it's not necessary that you'll have that kind of health. So I tell them my story. Like I had a lot of expectations, like I'll be taken care of. So I had a tribe. I had awesome in-laws, awesome parents. Everything was on point, but still I faced this. So anyone can face it. So I always want to portray my story to them and tell them that it's very very important, because if you are not mentally healthy and sound, how you are going to take care of your baby, how you are going to and I literally want to make this point here, that as soon as after 15-20 days, I started seeing my friend who is a therapist. So then when I was very happy and cheerful, my baby also became very happy and cheerful. I could see that reflection, because I was not tense. I was not checking on her. It was like she's sleeping and I'm checking like whether she's breathing or no. So that was something very horrifying for me. So yes, so this is the line that don't go for uh, maybe very grand shoot or very grand things in your pregnancy, but attend some classes that will make you grateful for it forever.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to add on to that, really anyone can get this. See, I was prepared. I knew that, my me time is gone. I was completely okay with that, there will be no Vidya for some time. I was all okay with that. But I didn't know there will be changes with relationships. The
Exactly.
difference, I was so surprised, the emotional changes with everyone. Everyone is talking about, I'm not saying nobody should talk about baby, but everything revolved only around the baby.
Yes.
I used to sometimes, go and say, hey, I have a stomach ache, ask me also how it is, how I am. So that was very surprising for me. Though I was all okay, I knew I didn't feel bad because I didn't go out. I was all okay. I knew I didn't want to check phone. I was completely okay. I didn't feel bad about that at all. But I definitely felt that, if there was a support group who would say, hey, how are you? Somebody asking, how are you today? How is your health? I would be feeling so good. That was really shocking. The relationship changes around me were, really bad. And yeah, Eileen, for please, the second question to you now.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll just continue in line with what you said that, information is key. I feel with my own experience, no, you have how much ever informed you are when you are pregnant, that much helpful it will be for you postpartum. Okay, so in my case, what happened is that my pregnancy physically I was fit. I had no issues physically, okay, but mentally I had no support right from the pregnancy. But still, because I was physically fit, it gave me courage to move ahead in the pregnancy. And what mistake I did is I thought that at the end of pregnancy, things will be sorted. Okay, then I didn't know the word postpartum until then. I'll honestly tell you, I didn't know the word postpartum. And I was like, okay, once the baby is delivered, either vaginal hoga or C-section hoga. After that, I'm done. Okay.
It's like
But then
picture
what?
abhi baki hai.
हाँ वही हुआ and after the baby was out I was like oh my god now it worsened after the
Yeah.
baby was born it worsened what stage I was when I was pregnant I was like अरे यार when pregnancy was better because then you have to even handle the baby. And because I don't, you guys must be knowing Nilufar and Vidya, that I have lost my parents. So I was living with my in-laws right after delivery. So after that, now the rest part of the story, I don't have to explain. The support was quite minimal. Okay. And the forum, you're lucky that you had supportive in-laws. Still,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, like to some extent, because even though even if people are not physically helping you, even the words also, just the
Yes.
emotional support also, it goes to a great extent. But I'm sure your story was much different than mine. Everyone has their own struggle. But in my case, what happened? My husband just had a 1 week paternity leave, okay, and after till then I had support. Luckily, I delivered vaginally, so I could bounce back to do
Yeah.
things faster. But what happened is one of you said, like, I wasn't prepared for the sleepless nights. I wasn't prepared for issues with breastfeeding. I wasn't prepared that, 24/7 I have to just, along with caring for my stitches, I have to take care of the child. Like, there'll be no support at all. I have to do everything on my own, right? From cleaning the child, bathing the child, and myself also. Okay. So it was, the first 2 months were horrific. It was horrific, I can tell you. The only solace I had at that point was when I saw my child and I used to look at him and smile. Ki, Baba, iske samne if I smile, then seeing him, if I smile, he will be happy. This was the thing I was every time trying to mimic. But our hormones are so wacky at that time. We every time can't keep portraying something, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes I used to lose my calm. And for our bad luck, my husband had just changed his job at that time.
Oh.
So there was no way he could even extend his leave. So he was dealing with his own struggle. I was dealing with my own struggle. I didn't have any special diet postpartum. Just the food that was cooked at home, and it was really bad. It was all over the place. And when this was going on for 1.5 months, and at the end of 1.5 months, I was dealing with sore nipples and on so bad that I was about to give up breastfeeding. You won't believe. I was like, अभी तो formula देना पड़ेगा मुझे, because I cannot. I had read that you should keep feeding your child, milk will come. But baby was going through a growth spurt, and I didn't know that. And that time I bumped into this breastfeeding support group called BSI. And you guys won't believe that group just turned my journey upside down. That it emphasizes how much a support group is needed. It is, they are there to listen to you at 2 a.m. in the night when nobody else is there. There will be some mother like you who is struggling and she will respond to your query. It was that kind of a thing. So, because of that, I understood that my issue is something which every mother faces. It's not something specific to me. And I bounced back. And it became so, I got so much inclined to breastfeeding that it became my passion. It changed me into a person for the better. And I decided that I'll pay it forward by helping other mothers, the kind of help which I didn't have. So that is overall the gist of it. But yeah, I mean, motherhood is the pregnancy and postpartum phase to him. But motherhood changes you as a person, is what I feel. It has changed me as a person. Even my husband, as Vidya said, relationships change. We have matured as parents. Now, my son is 4 year old today. But 2 years ago, I would have been like, no, we still have lots of misunderstandings. But with time, things do get better. That's what I want to convey to all mothers. The support of your partner is very essential, which luckily I had all through the while. So, and I still have it. So that's why you're right.
Thank you,
Lovely.
Ms.Aleen. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. That
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I could relate to many of the things.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
I agree
Mm.
completely that, like I have changed ever since my baby has been born. I didn't change during pregnancy. I changed after childbirth.
Hey.
I
Same,
completely
same,
changed.
Yeah,
same.
same here.
I'm a
I'm
different person.
the new Vidya. Yeah.
Stronger
I think
version.
all of us.
That fiery, energetic, and
Yes,
Yeah.
stronger
stronger
woman.
version.
More
Yeah, that's it.
mature, wiser mother.
Yeah, and 24/7 work system, like, kind of it
Yeah.
gets
Exactly.
embedded in you. So you have that chip which keeps on working. That we cannot get
Correct, correct.
before we have a baby. No ways anybody
Yeah.
can
True,
activate
true.
it.
That carefree
True, true that.
attitude takes a setback after being a mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
Responsibility, right? We have a
in my
responsibility.
friend circle now, I'll just share one fun fact here that in my friend circle, I was one of the first people to become a mother. Okay, so
Okay.
every time they would ask me that why are you what you're saying baby 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 अभी baby 7 months का हो गया 9 months का हो गया 1 year का हो गया अभी तो make time to meet us. I used to be like रुक बेटा तेरा भी
Yeah.
time आएगा. And now they are mothers, okay? And after
Yeah.
they became mothers, they were like, you were right.
Yeah.
We don't have time right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. It's all about the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah,
even
I'll
today
move
it's
on to
about
my
the baby.
next question.
Yes. Yes.
With the
Yeah.
you can take it up.
So we want to ask this, okay? Like, how is working mother, like, how is working Aleen and Forum different from homemaker Aleen and Forum? I mean, I'm not sure if you experience this, but how different it would be for you if you were working and not working after childbirth.
Forum, would you like to answer?
So, okay. So for me, as see, working is me time for me. So, so I really, as Nilofer and Eileen pointed out that we have become more responsible. Somewhere I take it as that responsibility and that kind of dedication comes from our baby. Like I am diverting her time and giving it to my work. So basically, that is making me more productive. So if I was only and only a homemaker, like if I was at home and taking care of my baby, I somewhere feel that I won't have come up with these flying colors. I won't have been able to, showcase myself openly. Like coming on screen talking for me was literally a dream post, like pre-pregnancy. Even in pregnancy it was anyways, my pregnancy was during COVID, so I was always like stay at home. So now this is the thing that is helping me to grow more and more, and somewhere that feeling at the back of my mind that I'm giving Aneri's time to my work, to this life. So I work more dedicatedly. And as a
Right.
homemaker, as I told, I'm very lucky. I have a tribe at home also, and my parents are just two building away, and even my
Okay.
extended family is two
Wow,
building away. Yeah. So there are so many
that's
people
nice.
to take care of her. So yes, I do my share of things, but still, that is taken care of. So somewhere
I'm jealous of
I
you
don't
for
find,
some.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like
Yeah.
jealous. Yes,
yeah.
I'm
So
just kidding. Okay, I'm just kidding. But that's great. That's great.
yeah,
That's like,
That's awesome.
yeah, that's
yeah.
great.
That's awesome.
So
That
yes,
doesn't mean that you will not have your share of struggles, definitely.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
then, yeah, it's great to have like, parents and in-laws and all that support and everyone around.
yes,
Yeah, it's just,
yes. So
yeah,
everything has
it's
its
a
own
dream
struggle,
actually.
but yeah. So at one point of time, as I told, postpartum, so 3 months I was only like focusing on the negatives. But now when I am like working and I'm out of it and everything, it's better to look at the only good side, because when it was like constantly pointed out on your supply or something, constant nagging, it was being difficult. But now it's very easy now, because you change your focus to the positives, and you are, and such like I would say Instagram is a blessing these days to meet like-minded mommies, like-minded people, to find support groups. It has been really
True.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, it's one and the same, but because I was working before like COVID also, and now postpartum I have resumed, and it's making me more productive, I would say.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Really happy for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I've also
Yeah,
prefer
so
two buildings away, mother and father, father and in-laws. Not
You're stuck there. No, even I am stuck there. In my head it is still going on. So I was like, no,
even
let's
my, even
continue with
I'm
the
stuck.
session. I'll talk forum
yeah,
later on.
not under the same roof, but yes, a little far. Yeah, Eileen,
Yeah, I
please.
guess
But it is
most of
so.
the mothers tell this to you, Forum, that we're jealous of you. Like, oh my God, that's a blessing. Like, it's just a blessing to have
Yeah,
so
it
But
many.
is.
Yeah.
but look at the irony, guys, that even though she has such a big tribe, she went through PPD also. So
Exactly.
it can just
Anyone,
happen to anybody.
It
anybody.
can happen to anybody.
Yeah, means I always had that notion, though when you are a victim of PT or PPD, it is mostly due to lack of support.
No,
But even though you have the entire tribe behind you, it still happened.
Yeah,
So
because
yes, it can
see,
happen to anyone.
I would like to frame it. It's not because of lack of support. It is because of lack of right knowledge, I would say. Because we don't have
Hmm.
that knowledge. And see, people around me,
Correct.
though they are taking care of me or they feel like they are taking care of me, but they don't know that exact thing to do. And basically, they in their mind, they are right. The traditional, that approach matters basically. So, and it's there was always this that no. I would also share that when I would see on Instagram that all the mommies are breastfeeding very nicely, then why is it not coming to me? Why my breasts are not leaking? Why my this thing? So all those self doubt wala thing, no one will be able to solve unless you have that right knowledge.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Eileen,
Yeah,
Thanks
so
for pointing that out, Forum. Yeah, I strongly believe in that. Like, yeah, I completely agree with you. I loved consuming knowledge even before I got pregnant, but it was not about this particular topic. But then, after I became
mm,
a mother and, when I started facing so many issues, I was just running around everywhere, okay, to find the right solutions for myself. And that's when I realized that, oh, how stupid I've been. Like, I should have really done this. And Vidya was the smartest
Exactly.
among us, okay? She really prepared actually. She prepared, she had
oh,
prenatal classes. Yeah, so I'm like, that's
wow,
something I feel that, you should be proud of yourself, Vidya.
Yes.
That's and
that's
see, actually,
amazing.
I think we can see the difference, right? Like, she was the one, I guess, who passed out with minimal mental health issues.
Wow.
She was
Hmm.
like prepared mentally. Yeah.
Proper planning. Like she
right.
had all the information at hand.
Yes.
That,
Yeah.
so yeah, information is key. That is key.
Yeah. Eileen, please, we are waiting for your answer. Sorry we
Yeah,
interrupted.
yeah. No, 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 no. It's fine. So, yeah, so what was it? How is the working alien different?
Yes.
So, see, after becoming a mom, actually, I won't say working and stay at home because during COVID, we all were staying at home.
Right.
Even though I was working from home, but it was stay at, I don't know if it was SHOWM or something, stay at home working mom, but we were there at home. So I learned one thing a lot after during the pandemic while we were working from home and taking care of our kids, multitasking. Doing like two things at the same time or three things at the same time. कुछ project का कुछ लगा के रखा है side में you are feeding the child, then you're putting clothes in the laundry. Like three things are going on in parallel, and you everything is going on perfect time to time. Means I felt that I underestimated myself and I have the ability to do so many things at one time, but this never happened before. This
Really
never happened before.
awesome, Aline. It's like, yeah, really awesome. Like, hats off to you. Like, that is something that I guess really needs to be spoken about. That, COVID actually had kind of like, good effects and bad effects. But for mothers, especially
Hmm.
for new mothers, it was really bad who were working because,
Oh yeah, yeah.
what I really feel is I've never been actually able to step out of home and go to a workplace and work from there. But I have been working throughout, after my baby was born, after my maternity leave. So one thing what I felt is there's no demarcation between your personal and your professional life. It's all it's all like everywhere. And like you have
Everywhere.
managed it, that's great actually. That's great, great.
It was like at that time, there is sometimes you don't have a choice. You have to just go with it.
Yeah.
But then I feel today that I managed it pretty well. I actually feel that. And for me, luckily, when the pandemic started, my son was like almost 2 years old. So
Hmm.
I had at least crossed that, infancy stage and where the baby is too small. But
Hmm.
no doubt the toddler stage is also equally horrifying. You guys must be going
Yeah.
through that. But it was still like it became manageable in few months. It started getting manageable. So yeah, homemaker and the working alien, I would say that, if I go back to my workplace now, means right now I'm still working from home only. So when I go back to my workplace, it would be like when I went back in 2019. My son was born in 2018. So I had gone back. I had a lot of guilt on my shoulder, I was like, oh my God, now I'm leaving him and I'm going back to work.
Hmm.
That was the kind of mentality I left with when I resumed my work after the maternity leave, because it was 24/7 me looking after him. As I told you, right? Nobody was there. Before I left, I had to keep a maid for like 12 hours and leave, get out of the house. So suddenly giving him into the hands of somebody, it was, I was something I couldn't digest. And I used to cry in the office, literally, with my colleagues, like, what he must be doing and how he must be managing and all. But after some time, as Foram said, I took it as an opportunity to showcase my talent. I said, okay, why am I feeling guilty?
Hmm.
This is going to happen someday, right? He's not going to stay glued to me forever, or it is about learning to detach, kind of. I was going through that phase. And then I started focusing more on work, and I started taking coming to office as an opportunity of my me time, like Forum you said. So then it started getting easier, and then the pandemic came, and then again, I got called at home. But yeah, each year has been having different experiences. So it is, I just want to tell mothers whose kids are still small that, the first 5 years, every year is going to teach you something different.
Yes.
It's going to go on and on. I don't know after that क्या होने वाला है. Maybe that's some other time I will share.
Yeah,
That is
thank you
very
so much
true.
for that, Aline. Yeah, it's really inspiring to listen to those words from you. And really,
Thank
I
you.
I really appreciate that you managed so many things at once. That's great, yeah. That's really great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
And you
I'm
have been
sure.
apart from work, you have also picked up on lactation. You're working as a lactation
Yeah.
officer. So that's something something really great.
So that lactation became my passion. So working for that doesn't make me tired. So you guys must be knowing when you are already working, like, how you all are passionate about new mother. It's just the same thing. You don't feel tired when you're doing something you love. Though my job pays me, obviously, but this has overtaken, the precedence is more in this case, I would say.
You wouldn't mind doing it even if it doesn't pay you. That's like it, right?
Yes.
Of course, yes, yes. That even if you tell me रात को कुछ किसी का consent लेना, I'll get a consent to take the consent. I'm
Yeah.
not exaggerating.
Yeah, we get it. So, so nice to, have honest conversation. You both shared such nice. I mean, it's so nice to hear.
And
So nice.
I
Yeah.
just want to add one more thing. That is the reason why the moment I saw your page, I have told this to you guys many times, but I instantly fell in love with your page because
Same.
this page is something every new mother needs to follow. The
Yes.
name itself, mother. It has everything what I didn't have, what I would have missed, and the kind of honest conversations you guys bring to the people, to your audience over here. I have seen your Raw and Real series. I joined most of your lives, so I have seen it, and it's really encouraging to hear all the stories of other people, and that is why I've always been very attached. Like I felt like I know you all since before. I don't know why I felt
That's,
that.
that's
Even
thank
whenever
you so much. That's the
And you're
same
just
whenever I
thing
so
speak
we
to
down
also
you,
to
I
felt
earth.
also
about you, and the same thing to Forum. That was the same thing actually we felt about you because we have discussions with Vidya and I. At the end of the day, we have a long calls, going on over making dinners and all. So yeah, we discuss and
okay.
we also felt that instant connection. The kind of work you both are doing is like really great, really good, and there are so many accounts, but then, the kind of things that you all are sharing, the kind of issues or topics that you all are discussing, that is making a difference. It doesn't matter how many number of people get affected by it. Even a small number gets affected in the right way. That's what matters. That's what we believe in. We don't really believe in,
Same.
yeah, because step by step, even if you're able to help out one person, that satisfaction at the end of the day is great.
Great.
So
Yeah.
that's something that you both are also doing. So we are that's why we are very happy to
Yes.
be associated with you all, very happy to have this conversation with both of you.
Yes.
Same, same.
Same here.
The first call we had with both of you was really an instant connection with
Yeah,
Forum
and
I
and
know.
Eileen. Yeah, I didn't feel I'm talking to some stranger. We were like chatting and chatting. No, it was
Yeah,
so
actually.
comfortable. So that's really nice. And would you
yesterday,
like?
Vidya,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. Yesterday
No,
only
no.
I messaged you that you are very sweet and I really meant it. Like first call I had with
Yes.
Nilofer and then I had with you. It was like you both are so down to earth that
Very
when,
humble.
yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah, that it feels like we are talking to a friend and maybe, we were together during our college days and me like बिछड़े हुए दोस्त मिल गए हो. It feels warmly. Thank you so much and for
Same
giving
here,
us.
okay, same
Yeah,
from my end.
I just hope our family members feel the same of us.
Okay.
Oh,
If you mean in,
They,
I don't
Yeah,
know. I have no comments on that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, on that
Maybe like,
note, actually, there was a comment. There was, there was a comment from Dr. Nidhi. I'm just reading it out, okay, because it was part of the session. So she says, in our setup, initial 3-4 months when we are at parents' place, it's still manageable, but then at in-laws, the game changes. Not demeaning anyone or anything, but the comfort level isn't the same. So I agree to her. Yeah,
yeah,
Dr. Nidhi, I completely
of
agree
course.
with you.
yes.
It changes, yeah.
Uh,
Luckily, I was under lockdown, so there was nobody, no support at all. Not parents, not in-laws. Yeah, I guess that was
yeah.
better off, you know.
I
And
always wish,
I, I
somebody
felt.
gave me some nice chai, some nice hot chai. That was always there. It's like, if my mother was there, I would have told her, Amma, give me some tea, no. But that, right, no, that authority, it could not come with anyone else. It's mother is special bond, something.
Yeah,
let's
I know.
try that with our
Nobody
mother-in-law, Vidya. What say?
Uh,
Try. Yeah, let's have
then
this discussion once, okay?
yeah, then
We
I
have
would have to
another,
make again someday.
we have another comment. So this is from another account here. Hi, okay, this is something to do with sleep. Okay, there's one question, maybe one of you can answer it. Maybe Aline can answer it. It's related to lactation. Hi, can you tell me why this happens that milk अच्छा आ रहा है रोज, then suddenly milk नहीं आ रहा है पूरा दिन? So I guess it's something related to supply. She's asking that, some days it's
Yeah,
like, she's having good milk
yeah,
supply,
yeah.
great milk supply, and then all of a sudden she doesn't have it. I don't know how she has, come to that conclusion. But
Uh,
yeah, maybe Aline, you can answer.
yeah. Yeah, so to answer your question, dear, first of all, I'll have to know the age of your baby, okay? And secondly, yeah, if you are saying that you have a good supply and suddenly it goes low, then maybe I would ask you if you got your periods, first period after the delivery, because that's the only time when there is a little bit of dip, but that won't happen at every period. It will only happen on the first period after delivery. Okay, so apologies for that. So, so then coming back to that. So other than that, if you are regularly breastfeeding, there shouldn't be any issues with supply, unless there is an issue with your latch. Hence, I asked you how old is your baby. So maybe you can tell your baby's age, and I'll be able to help.
Yeah, maybe I missed the name of that person, okay, the account from which that comment was
Oh,
there. But maybe you can drop us a message. Drop us a message, or you can drop Aline a message, and she should be able to help you out. Yeah, it's from Rabia Sana. Let me just take a screenshot. I'll share it with you, Aleen, later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
sure.
yeah, then we have, yeah, one lovely comment again from Dr. Nidhi. She says that it's amazing that we all have different stories, yet we all can relate to each other.
Hmm.
That's something,
True.
yeah, I also agree
That's
completely.
amazing. I also agree. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, those were all the comments that we had.
Yeah, and we have completed all the questions. So last, before we end the session, would you like to suggest what are your suggestions for new mothers, pregnant mothers especially?
Yes.
Uh, you or me?
Go for go for
Anyone.
it, Eileen. Go.
Okay, okay. Thanks for it. So, from my side, see, I will advise that, when you are pregnant, you should best is to attend some prenatal class, okay? Attend a breastfeeding class and a prenatal class. Read about the types of, there is something called as birth plan, which new mother, that is Vidya and Nilofer, they, can provide you more insights about that. You can talk to people who have already gone through it, who are mothers already. Take their experience. The more you hear, the more you are prepared for what's coming. Okay, whether remember one thing that when you go for delivery, don't go with a closed mindset. That I will have only a vaginal delivery. I will not have a C-section delivery. Read about both the types of birth and who will be there with you after birth. Who is going to be your care provider, immediate care provider after birth. Okay, so. Though I had a vaginal birth, but I had also read about C-section because you never know what happens at that point. And when that happens, that also is a trigger of mental health issues in many mothers. So that's why I said go with an open mindset. Um, Follow new mother, okay, and please check out their courses because that
That's
if I once I say this sentence, I don't have to say anything else because their course I have personally taken it and it is a paramount of information. Literally, it's a paramount of information
Thank you so
and
much, Aleen.
it
Thank you so
I
much.
told this to you, Vidya, right? That it is like this course needs to reach many people actually. It is really a comprehensive thing, and once you have that, you don't need to do any more research. I can assure you that you don't need to do any more research, and you will be all ready for your postpartum journey. Okay,
Thank you
so
so much, Aleen. Thank you so much for
Thank
that.
you.
Really, thank you so much
welcome.
for that.
No, that is well deserved. It's nothing that I'm just saying. I really mean it. And just read up, be informed, take a breastfeeding class. I'll emphasize on that also because people think that breastfeeding is as easy as it's shown in Bollywood movies. It's not that easy.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a hard work both for the baby and the mother. Okay. So
Yes,
it's not like you're holding the baby like this, oh, yeah, feed, okay. It's not like that. It is going to be, it is a struggle indeed in the initial days. So take a class, and if you're not able to take a class, then insist on meeting an LC in the hospital, or maybe you can consult an LC in your area, or however, your privilege, okay? But make sure to spend that amount and visit because I hear people always saying this, कि क्यों मैं खर्चा करूं
Hmm.
oh,
LC को मिलती. This also happens. Like, why should I am having all the information on the internet. So why
No.
should I go and meet the LC? But what they don't understand is that the information is there. Even the doctors, all information is on the internet. But still people go to the doctor, right?
Yeah.
Because every mother is different, every case is different. Okay.
yes,
And you will get a personalized attention and your problem will be solved. So don't hesitate.
yes,
You should go to professionals and seek help. Don't go to anybody who is out there. Go to professionals. Validate the person whom you are consulting. Always validate the person. Okay. And yeah, that's all I will say. I'll leave forum to add to this. But yeah, don't forget new mother. That is most important. If
thank
there
you
are
so much,
expectant mothers,
Aleen.
please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, dear. You deserve it.
So, so for me, Eileen, you have told everything that I wanted to say. Yes, yes. So just
Yes.
one slogan: stay informed, And I told Vidya that as when I went through that postpartum course, even after 1.5 year, I found it so informative. I learned from it and I really took many things from it into my life. So just think how important it is for you after giving birth. Okay. So yes, I really feel that you should go for childbirth, and I have made a post about it also where I've tagged them that you newmother.in, you have to go for newborn and postpartum course. Also, it's very important to take, as Aline told, breastfeeding class, as well as be informed about the birthing plan, as well as pregnancy fitness is also very important. So childbirth classes, you can go for it, and the more you are informed, the more able you will be to take the decisions. So you will not
Correct.
regret. For example,
Correct.
I went for so though I delivered vaginally, I was induced without my knowledge. So that is the
Hmm.
point that I want
Oh,
as many mothers as possible to know that it's your right to be informed about how you are going to birth, how even if you're going for C-section, why you're going for C-section. Then even if you are having some problems like cracked nipples, as Aline told. So even I had the same problem. So if you are in contact with a lactation consultant, you will be sorted. And most,
Yes.
importantly, mothers feel like a zombie after coming home. Like once they are
mm.
off from the hospital, it's really difficult. So always newmother.in is at the rescue. And don't think that while
Thank
we
you
are
so
giving
much,
the,
guys. You all are making
yeah,
me feel like, like I'm feeling something. Okay. It's like, thank
Yeah.
you
No, it
so
is
no,
much.
it's
because
I,
it.
really,
yeah, I'm really
No, no,
like,
no.
the course is very
Guys, it is
important, really.
exactly. It
So,
is holistic.
yeah,
More importantly, it is holistic. It is having everything. Right
exactly,
from what you wouldn't even think of. Imagine I have a 4-year-old son and I could relate with it. So
exactly,
as Forum said, after 1.5 years also she found it helpful. I have a 4-year-old son, but still it was so helpful. And
right,
I came to know about the gaps in my knowledge also with respect to certain
exactly,
aspects. Where nutrition comes, fitness is there, and relationships. So definitely it is. It's in fact it's underrated. I was telling Vidya that day it's underrated, and definitely it needs to reach more people.
exactly.
thank you so much for that. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thank you. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It.
No, seriously, it's your course is really holistic, and it should reach as many mothers as possible. And one more thing, I would always recommend everyone to take the course in pregnancy and not after the
Yes.
Yeah.
baby is born. Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yes.
Yeah.
right now also I'm doing the same thing, but still, I don't know whether I'm not able to explain well to my students or what. They still think that if I face that problems, I will be subscribing for the course or to the course. But still, with all my heart, I want to request if any of my student is here, please, please, please go through this. And you are going to thank them, Vidya and Nilüfer, later. Thank you so
Thank
much.
Yeah.
you so
Dr.
much.
Thank
Nidhi has,
you so much.
sorry to interrupt, Nilüfer. Dr. Nidhi has posted some comments actually.
Okay.
Exactly,
Okay, I missed it.
exactly
Are you
God.
able to see?
Yeah, exactly. God knows how our mothers did all this without this kind of information and support.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Those were
True,
different
true.
times. You know what? Okay, just like, I'm just feeling we don't have time because we are almost out of time. We are almost reaching 1 hour, and
Yeah.
yeah, the session will automatically get over. So I'll just take a minute. You know what I really feel? This is something that I have understood, like, in my time working in New Mother. So I feel that women were having that intuition for childbirth, pregnancy, postpartum, okay? And women were surrounded by women who also had that intuition and experience, okay? And they were doing, like, most of the things right. Okay, main guiding factor was the intuition that every woman had in her. Okay, how to give birth, how to breastfeed, how to take care of baby, how to do things and all. Over the period of time, now it got diluted, and somewhere it has got like now it's like nowhere, because the times have changed. Okay, we are exposed. Yeah, information is definitely good, knowledge is definitely good, but then over the period of time there have been too many influencing factors that have come in our life. Okay, and due to that, maybe we have lost that kind of touch with our own self, which would have been able to guide us in the right direction. Okay, and that's why we have so many like different concepts which are coming up, but those concepts are not new. Those are old concepts.
Yeah.
Like our grandmothers, great grandmothers must have followed. Like they intuitively knew how to give birth. Okay, how to avoid tearing. Like like almost most of the children were born at home. Okay, and now we are coming up again with the concept of like home births, water births, like doulas, and like so
Right.
many things. These things were existing before. Okay, so within like I don't know what happened in the past century. Many things happened. Okay, we can have another session on that. But then things got out of sync, so we kind of lost that connection. Okay, that's why it's now important to get that connection back. To get that connection back, you really need the right kind of knowledge. Learning everything, having the right people around you, knowing how to pick the right people. Who you need around you. So all these things. Yeah, just to
Definitely.
That was nice.
thank
Definitely.
Yeah.
you,
Very, very
thank
well
you,
said. Very well.
thank you. Yeah, we are almost at the end of the session. Instagram will disconnect the session by itself if we don't end it in the next 2 to 3 minutes. It was lovely, lovely,
Oh.
lovely. It was a great session. Yeah, we had a raw and real session after a very long time, and yeah, I should just say that I enjoyed it.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
for having us.
Same here.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so much.
calling us here.
Yes,
You know, I
thank you
never,
Thank
when
so
you.
I used to
much.
watch Raw and
And
Real, I never thought I will one day be talking on Royal Real along with you all. So thank you so
exactly.
much
We
for that.
know.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
so
Yeah,
you.
we
much
are
for
Yeah,
all
giving this
raw and real
opportunity.
mothers. We are
yeah.
Yes,
all
true.
raw and
True.
real mothers. Yes.
Forum was saying
True.
something.
Sorry
Thank
for
you.
yeah.
And yeah, no, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. As Aline told, I never thought I'll be talking on this platform, and that too with newmother.in. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank you so much, guys. Like,
yes,
we are grateful that you are with us, and, we have such a great, like, this is the kind of sisterhood. Although we are not naming it out and calling it out, this is the kind of support we really need in our lives. And we are not being superficial over here, right? Like, whatever we
yes,
have with each other, that's really raw and real. So, like, like,
True.
cheers to that, like, I really feel that, yeah. Thank you
Okay.
so
Yeah.
much. It
Thank
was
you.
lovely,
Thank you
lovely,
guys.
lovely. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Take care.